Good afternoon and happy tea day! Today I'm drinking dental tea, which I got from an Amish store as I get a lot of my tea blends. But this wasn't King's, this was a place in Indiana. It was in Rockville, kind of really hard to find unless someone told you exactly where it was, which is what happened with me. But this is an interesting tea because it's made with marshmallow root, comfrey leaf, which is a soothing, healing herb, black walnut leaf, not the hull, and anise seed. Now, usually when I see black walnut, it's the hull, and it'll be used in anti-parasitic mixes and tonics and tinctures. I've even seen it in dental things because it's so good at cleaning and purifying. But in this case, they've got the leaf, and I guess that's also good for as an astringent and antiseptic, which I don't know, it's just kind of funny because I guess people don't want to walk around with the black teeth that you get from walnut hull. So yeah, it's got walnut leaf, which also has benefits. And I was surprised to learn that today because I didn't realize the leaves were actually used for anything. I thought it was just the hulls. So yeah, dental tea, it's mildly bitter, but it's really not bad. And it looks like this. And it tastes good with stevia, which is the next thing I want to talk about. So, artificial sweeteners are bad. I don't like any of them. And I would definitely discourage anyone from using artificial sweeteners always. But stevia is this cute little plant. I've grown it many times, sometimes from seed, which isn't super easy, but it's fine. You can do it. And sometimes I buy it like I did this year. I'm also trying to grow it from seed, so we'll see how that turns out. But I love this plant because it's very naturally sweet and it doesn't impact your blood sugar levels, so that's awesome. As someone who's had two pregnancies with gestational diabetes, I'm always careful to watch out for my sugar intake, and I've just noticed the negative effect of sugar on me. So yeah, so I like stevia as a sub for sugar because I still do have a sweet tooth, and I know ideally it would be great to get rid of stevia and stop loving sweetness so much, but I'm not there yet, and that's okay because it's a journey. So anyway, yeah, this is my stevia plant, and if you chew up the leaves, you'll find that it tastes very sweet, and it'll get a lot bigger than this, and I can put the leaves in teas and just shake it up, or I could dry them out and grind them out up into a powder and use that. That's another option. Knowing myself, I probably just won't do that at this point in my life, but it's a cool plant. I love it, and that's what it looks like. So one thing I wanted to talk about today, the serious thing, was the trial of moving. As a lot of you know, we moved to Ohio. It was just over a year ago, so now we're getting past all the settling in and we're starting to, build from where we are, and it's fun, but there's something nice about the honeymoon phase. And now that that's over, it's like, we have to get to work and really focus on building friendships. Particularly, I've found that we're in an area where there are so many wonderful people, and I just know I'm going to be good friends with a lot of them. But at this point, it takes time to build friendships, and I don't have friendships that are 8 years old in a place where I've only been for 1 year. And I really like the friends I'm making and meeting. And I'm excited to get to that point where we're going camping together and going on vacations together. But it's just really challenging when you move to a new place and you're not there yet, and it just takes time. And you're sometimes impatient to have those good friends, and you're texting your old friends, and sometimes you're going to Pennsylvania or Indiana and visiting them, or up to Lake Erie to meet your friends from Michigan. But it's not the same as, being with them on a regular basis, seeing them on a regular basis, and just doing life with them. I think that is so important, to do life with the people where God's placed us. So I was getting kind of discouraged about that. But then I'm going to talk about my garden bed soon. But anyway, I was working on my garden beds. I got a whole truckload, not a whole truckload, but so a lot of dirt delivered to my house yesterday. And me and the kids were going to top off the garden beds, and we did do that. I'm in my garden outfit. See, I've got a ponytail, so that means I was working on something. I wanted to look authentic, so ponytail, t-shirt. I was going to put dirt on my face, but I thought, no, Meg, that's overdoing it. We can just tell them you put the dirt in the gardens and they'll believe you. So, but my neighbor came over with his little tractor and helped like load after load. And then finally I had to go in to feed the kids lunch, and he kept filling them up. And it's just really nice to have kind neighbors who are willing to do that sort of thing. So that was a huge blessing and a huge help on a day when I've got a million things going on. So my daughter needed brownies and pretzels for a thing after school, and we kind of forgot to make the brownies. So then I made them, and I've got to drop them off before she needs them, and buy the pretzels, take the kids to the orthodontist, hence the dental tea, the inspiration for that today. So anyway, that's just a little snippet of the stuff I'm juggling today. But yes, so I've got my garden beds. They did horrible last year. It was really shameful. I have been gardening for years and I love it. And like Jody was saying in a previous live, or no, it wasn't a live, but anyway, a previous interview, she was saying how working in the garden is very restorative. And I just love that because it really is. It's just, I always think about how when God created us, he put us in a garden, and I don't know if that's what heaven will be like, but it's something that I just really like and appreciate and think maybe it will be, since that's how he made the earth. Maybe we'll be in a garden. So it always makes me feel like I'm doing something that God likes when I'm working in the garden. So last year when everything just did so bad, I know it was the soil I used, and probably just the first year it didn't have all the nutrients and the dead things that feed the living things. It just didn't have time to go through any cycles. And so yeah, this year I had some soil delivered from a guy. It was 4 cubic feet, and I didn't really have any idea of how that would look in my garden because I just couldn't see what it looked like and what my beds needed. So anyway, I got 4, and it's great. I've got way more than I need, so I might put together some other garden beds that are in my garage. And I don't know, it's always good to have too much room in your garden, too much soil, too much everything. You can never have too many plants and places to grow them. Especially, we have about 1/3 of an acre, so it's not a lot of land. This is not a farm. This is like a micro farm. So I just like to do what I can with what I've got and make the most of it. And I think that I'm really excited for this year. So yeah. So hopefully I'll have definitely I'll have lots of good things to show you from the garden this year. And I've already been posting pictures of the seedlings that I'm planting, and the seeds and the small plants that are growing. And some I did cheat and buy, like my stevia plant. And that's fun too, because then it's already living. It's doing good already. So that's cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about this week. The patch of the week is the SP Complete. This is a fun patch. You put it on your SP6 pressure point, which is on your calf. And some people use it to lose weight. Other people use it to balance their hormones. And some people use it for both. So I use that occasionally. And I feel like it's helpful for balancing hormones. I think that's one of them that has really helped cut down on my migraines. And so that's why I like to use that one. Yeah, next week I am interviewing a friend that I used to work with and go to high school with in Pennsylvania, and now she is working her own little farm in Florida called Deep South Blooms. So I'm very excited to go live with her next week, so please tune in for that. And I think you'll learn some fun and interesting information from her. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great week and happy Tea Day.